Alright, we are back for the finals. I just won the die roll, and I definitely want to play first, and that hand is fine. I mean, True-Face Sensor, not the best combo with Devil Thorn Fox, but you know, 3 lands, a bunch of spells that I can play, and a pretty aggressive start on the play. Cannot really argue with that. As my opponent is apparently waiting on my upkeep, but it's no more the case. Alright, so we faced up another white player, another blue player. Yeah, green is... I could see a green-black Delirium deck, that would not really surprise me. And Vessel of Nascency is something that would indicate that too, so... Alright, drawing a Plains there was not too bad because I have the Reaper. If my opponent just plays a 2-drop, yeah, green-black, it's not surprising at all to me. Alright, Drifter. I guess I'd rather play the Drifter than the Sensor, and next turn I can play Sensor and equip it and attack with the Fox. I should have attacked first, though. Maybe my opponent would not have blocked. I guess Moldgraft, yeah, I think they would have blocked, but it was right to attack first, I think. Weaker Witch, pretty annoying. Yeah, it's definitely a Delirium deck, I mean, there's no question about that. Ooh, Welcome to the Fold was an amazing top deck. I like that a lot. I think I'm just gonna steal the Witch and swing in with the squad. This way my opponent doesn't get to have this in their graveyard, which I think they want. And at some point this will trade for one of their creature, I guess, but it's fine. Can be quite aggressive there. My open deck seems very good though. I mean, turn 1 Vessel, turn 2 Scavenger into turn 3 Witch. Those cards are not... I mean, Vessel is pretty good, but Scavenger and Witch are not great on their own, but in the right deck, those cards are just amazing, so... Don't mind them using that, since they would probably not do much more. I guess I could play a Swamp and Rancid Rat now. Ooh, Soul Swallower. But they just took the Swamp. I guess it's a good news for me, to some extent. That's gonna be a tough matchup. I might win this because I'm having a very solid draw. But in general, I think this is gonna be a tough matchup. Here I'm just gonna attack with everything and play my Drifter afterwards and my Sensor. And best case scenario, next turn they just play a big creature. They could also block here and use a pump spells to get their Delirium. I would not be surprised by that. Yeah, I think I will use my Just a Win here. That sounds pretty solid. I deny my opponent a lot of tempo, I deny them life, I deny them the ability to put an artifact in their graveyard. That sounds like a very solid trade-off for me. They do have Delirium though, so I mean the artifact thing does not matter too much, I guess. Alright, the Scavenger is back. Maybe with some friend, probably with some friend. Skinner. Alright. Yeah, that's a pretty bad news. I'm not sure how I'm gonna win now. I am myself quite far from having Delirium. Now that they do have Delirium, this dying doesn't matter too much, I guess. So if I equip the Sensor and attack, they will most likely trade those, maybe? Or maybe just take 4, maybe they don't really care. The Skinner is gonna be really tough to beat. I thought I was in good spot after bouncing that, but they got Delirium either way, and Skinner was probably one of the best things they could do alongside the Moldgraft Scavenger. I guess Tooth Collector would even have been worse, but that's pretty good. Alright, either way I think my best play is the Sensor play. I could also equip the Sensor on a Drifter and swing with all 3 power creature. And I'd be happy to trade, I don't think this would happen. They would just eat one of my creature or their creature and take 6 and go down to 7. That's a fairly aggressive play. I'm not sure that I'm willing to make it. It'd be easier if I could get Delirium easily, because the Drifter would just win the game. This could win the game too, I guess. I think I will go for the more aggressive play. It might not be right, but I feel like it's fine. And I'm definitely willing to trade any of my creature for the Skinner. And if my opponent just eat one of my creature and take 6 there, I think I'm fine too, honestly. And I think that's what's gonna happen. Because it means that Reaper is a 2-turn clock of the True Face Sensor. And if they don't have an answer to that, they will lose. Accomplice is slightly annoying, but beatable. Ooh, and they got an... Is it another... No, oh, that's why they took... They didn't take the Swamp. I'm just dumb. I forgot about that. Yeah. If I don't draw a land here, it's gonna be very tough, because I need to kill my opponent in time. And hopefully I'll be able to do so. And if my opponent just has... If their last card is just a removal, I think I cannot win. I straight up cannot win if it's the case. Unfortunately. But this is a 2-turn flying clock, so... And they are left with not much in hand, so I guess... we could win. But if they have a removal, this is gonna kill me way too fast, so... Like if they play the witch that destroy a creature, it's pretty much gonna be game over. I mean, it's already pretty bad for me there, I think. But yeah, I have this chance to steal the game if they just have ground creatures. Crow... I think the Crow is gonna buy them enough time that they can actually win. Ooh, they discarded... Oh, they have... My opponent deck is sick. Good lord. Actually, they can pump up the Crow, so... Yeah, it's not gonna... yeah, I think it's just game over there, unfortunately. So let's move that here. I can somehow steal this game, maybe, but that seems extremely unlikely. With Delirium, I would be in a better spot, but obviously I don't have Delirium. Yup. At least they cannot block and activate the explosive apparatus this turn. And if I top deck a removal next turn, I do win. So there is that. If I can get this into the graveyard, I actually get Delirium, so sounds... But this will not go into the graveyard. But that's pretty... that's still a pretty good chump blocker. I could have kept Essence Flux, and maybe if my opponent top decked a removal, they would have tried to kill the Reaper and attack after... Yeah, I think they would have tried to kill the Reaper before attacking is the way, so I don't think it's the right play. That Soul Swallower is humongous. That being said, if I just throw one removal, I win. And even if I draw a removal a bit later on, I could still be in a fine spot. So if I block with everything that can just kill something, yeah, that will not work. Still think I want to make this being an equipment. This could be enough. Because it means that they cannot really block efficiently with the Crow here. And then I just have to check that I don't die, but I don't think I'm dead during my turn. Am I? Because this has Vigilance, so it can block the Skinner. This will be a 13/13 though. So I need to put 2 blockers on that, then jump here, and I guess I can, no, never mind, I can just block here, there, and take 11. I guess yeah, and they have to block with the Crow. But they can kill me with the apparatus, actually. So here I'm losing on the board, but my opponent might not go for the kill because I have 2 cards in hand. So I guess we'll see. They should go for the kill though, which is just attacking with everything. They might not go for the kill. I guess I can kill something end of turn here. If they target... oh, they target my thing. Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the only way I'm winning this is by using Essence Flux, so... there's not much of a question here. I should have moved an equipment around though. If I'm missing, if I die, if I just go down to 0, which I think is gonna be the case. No, never mind. I go to 1 here, but I should have thought about this and move my equipment around. That being said, I think if my opponent just had used that on myself and not the and not my angel, they would have won. And they might just steal one. Like if they top deck a pump spell, I am dead because I cannot deal with the 13 power of Trampler, and apparently they did, unfortunately for me. But this should be equipped with something. And oh, I did not die. They did not go for the kill, so maybe they have the +2 reach thing, and they just want to play safe, which I can understand. Maybe they just don't have anything. That could be another option. Either way, I will equip both equipment and attack. Like it's the only way I can win. But it seems like they just F6'd. We managed to win. Yeah, I should have moved an equipment. No, actually it's wrong, because no, that's stupid. No, I could not do that. If I move an equipment, my Reaper would just have died from the 4 damage. So I think I've played this good enough. My opponent could have killed me though. I think they missed a kill, because if they just used the... I guess I would have had to chump block the Soul Swallower with my Angel. But if they used the apparatus on myself, they would have won. I'm quite positive about that. So we were, I guess, not really lucky, but I think we managed to win because the opponent was did some. It's not an easy play, but I think they could have won by making another play, which might seem weird, but directing the apparatus at my head would have make them win, I think. All right, but they could not know about the Essence Flux, I guess. I think again this loses a bit in value when the opponent knows about the card. Silver Strike seems pretty good at dealing with Giant Soul Swallower. I feel like I'm the aggressor in this matchup though, so I don't want to side in defensive things too much. I just don't think that Essence Flux is gonna be that great in this matchup, and Silver Strike seems like a good answer. And honestly, it might be right to just have this in the main deck and not the Flux, but as I mentioned during the draft, I really wanted to try out that card, so that's the main reason why it's here. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. My open deck does contain a lot of rare, seems very synergic, and is going to be extremely difficult for me to beat, I think, though. So here, my draw was good, and my opponent probably slightly misplayed, which made me win, but in general that's gonna be a very difficult matchup, I think. I guess it's a Vessel. Yup, pretty good card in this deck. I kept my hand, I think it's fine. I have 2 land, 2 mana removal, I can cast my Sensor. Silver Strike, I think it should be good in this matchup on the draw. And Shepherd, you know, I can cast it now that I draw land, so it's sweet. Moldgraph, so the exact same start as last game. So I don't think they will. They could, in theory, they could get the. Sorry. In theory, they could get the Delirium during the next turn, but it would require quite a bit of luck. So I think I'd rather play the True Face Sensor. Obviously, if they get Delirium, it's slightly annoying, but I think it requires a rather lucky draw. Well, they can have it, I guess, here. Yeah, not that lucky. Yeah, you still need to eat quite good, I guess. And they have to take one of the creatures if they want to get Delirium. Maybe I should have kept the Puncturing Light available. And yup, they pick the Farbog Revenant. Yeah, Delirium on turn 3, pretty solid. I could have played differently. But yeah, I don't know what are the odds, I don't know the deck of my opponent. I don't think it was that likely because they need to. They will have 4 cards in the graveyard and they need to hit precisely 4 cards of different types. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, don't really want to pass and try to Puncturing Light. If they have a pump spell, that's quite awful for me. They might just not have a pump spell though, and I need to get rid of that at some point. Because if I play the Shepherd, then I take 3. Then I can play Harvest and I take 3 more. So I would go to 11 before I can do anything. I guess if I play the Shepherd next turn, I could draw land, equip the Sensor, and play Puncturing Light. I don't know. I'd rather get rid of the Scavenger as soon as possible, but on the other hand, I also have a Silver Strike, and if they do have a pump spell, when I try to Puncturing Light the Scavenger, I just get destroyed. I would lose so much tempo. It would be just truly awful, so I don't think it's the right play. Even though taking 3 each turn is not very nice. I guess I could have just keep my Puncturing Light turn 2. That might have been the right play. Again, I don't really know. Unfortunately, I just missed a land drop. And that's starting to be pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. I guess it's the first land drop that I miss, but yeah, I would rather have drawn a land here for sure. So what is my game plan this game? Probably win off my removal, because I have a bunch of removal, so I can deal with the more threatening things, and maybe try to win this way. But things are not looking great. I'm taking 4 next turn. If I don't keep the Puncturing Light available. I cannot really use Angelic Purge anytime soon. I guess I could get rid of the Sensor if I really need to do so. I think I should just play Harvest End and take 4 more damages. Not really something I like to do, but again, I feel quite threatened by potential pump spell. So they have a Tireless Tracker too. Jesus, my open deck is insane. Like just a bunch of Bomb Rares, amazing things. That's crazy. And they took it. Yeah, that card is gonna be nearly unbeatable. If they play a land and the tracker, I might just have to. Oh, they just choose to Compulsion my Shepherd, which I actually don't mind too much, honestly. Alright, so I think my best play is equipping that, attacking with Vigilance, and then either play the Drifter or keep Puncturing Light available. So they have a Tireless Tracker in hand and maybe some pump spell. Yeah, that deck is really good. I don't think it's a good matchup. If I can win, it's gonna be really hard. And I'm talking about the match. This game I probably already lost. I mean, turn 3 Delirium was pretty crazy. I could have been in a better spot by keeping Puncturing Light available, but I really don't know. I haven't done the math. I'm not sure what are the odds to eat all 4 different things on turn just with 1 vessel, but apparently it worked out for the opponent. Sorry about that. I could also just play the Drifter and try to double block. This is equally bad if they have a pump spell, I guess. I think if they have a pump spell, I'd rather them using that to counter Puncturing Light than to kill 2 of my creature. That would probably end up being quite bad for me. I think I could have had a good shot at winning if I hadn't played a True Face Sensor turn 1, but I really did not anticipate that thing growing to Delirium that quickly, so yeah. Probably a misplay there, but it's hard to tell. I guess in a very well-built Delirium deck, you can probably have the Delirium of that often. Seems that it needs quite a bit of thing to happen, though. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm really unsure about that. And they do have the pump spell, unfortunately, so I think it means I just straight up lose here. Don't really want to chump. Yeah, that's... Well, if I had a blue and I could steal the tracker, I think I could actually come back in this game. But now... I don't know. Well, I guess my only possibility is to pass. Silver Strike, the Moldgraft Scavenger, hopefully trade with the Tireless Tracker and take 1, and the turn after that maybe purge the Revenant. Yeah, that's interesting though, because yeah, I think I could have not easily, but I could have definitely have won that game by just playing another thing turn 2. So yeah, I have no idea if it's luck or if half of the time they're gonna get Delirium. I don't really know. But either way, I got destroyed here. Alright, so let's Silver Strike that thing away. And I guess pass the priority back. Yup. Unfortunately, I will not be... Unless I play a 6-drop there, I will not be able to steal the tracker. Yeah. Oh, good lord. That's growth. Yeah, I truly don't know how I can win that, honestly. Like, my opponent is just playing such powerful and amazing rares that... I don't know. I'm still not out of this because I have some removal, but things are not looking great by any means. And if they draw land, they get the tracker ability. If they draw creature, I'm just gonna be in an awful spot. So yeah, pretty much over at that point. Had I another blue last turn, and I could have told that thing maybe I could have done something, but yeah. Things are not looking good. The question now is, should I sacrifice the True Face Sensor? I think it's pretty bad because yeah, if I do so, this becomes a 2/2, and it's pretty bad regarding block. So I think I do have to sacrifice a Plains there, and yeah, and try to trade those. And I definitely need to get rid of the Soul Swallower, because otherwise I just straight up lose. Either way, actually I will have to double block if they play another land, so I guess I could have sacrificed the Sensor. But I did not play another land, luckily enough. I mean, I'm not sure if it's lucky or not, actually. Probably not a great news. Another fat creature, just a pig. I do have Delirium too somehow. Don't think it matters too much though. Yeah, maybe I should just have kept my land. There was maybe a way to win by taking less damage early on, by not playing the Sensor, then sacrificing the Sensor. But I would have had to play it, so I can have 5 land, get more creature, and maybe use the Abbey. I don't know, it just felt like my opponent just played a humongous amount of threat that my deck was absolutely not able to... I mean, I was able to deal with some of them, but not enough, obviously. Well, I cannot cast anything and I cannot attack, so I guess it makes things rather simple. Am I just dead? Yeah, I'm just dead, I can concede. Alright. Well, I guess I'll be more concerned about Molgraph's Scavenger in the future. Yeah. If you have any idea, because I think Frank Karsten does some article about math, but I don't think he talk about the chance to get Delirium of a vessel turn. I mean, just with one vessel. I guess it really depends on the deck, so you cannot really do the math and it works for everything, but either way, I have no idea how lucky was my opponent, or if it is just something that happens often. I think I'm gonna keep the deck the way it is. I was pretty happy with that, and hopefully we can kill the opponent before they destroy us with their bomb rares. But turn 1 Vessel, turn 2 Moldgraph Scavenger, each game is gonna be fairly hard to beat. Alright, especially if I mulligan this one lander, not a good news. My opponent is talking to me a lot. Alright, so they kept their 7 and I'm gonna keep this 6, and I don't want a 5 drop, I think, with that. Even though the card is pretty good, I need to... Yeah, I need I need cheap things with what I have here. At least it's not a bad mulligan, but mulliganing on the play in this matchup, I don't think it's gonna be good news for me. But you never know. Maybe I could do something. But my open deck, I think, is, from what I've seen, it is just straight up better than mine. So, and their draws have been pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not sure that I can do much about that. All right, let's play this Moorland Drifter. And hopefully if they have a slow draw, like, yeah, that hand is, yeah, that mulligan is probably not gonna be good enough to win. If they just play a Scavenger there, I'm just never gonna be able to attack, and they are gonna kill me with their bigger creatures, so probably not the best. Alright, they did not do anything though, so maybe we will have a shot, I don't really know. I guess this will be a 5/4 Vigilance creature. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Alright, at least this time my opponent does not have the crazy nut draw. What is that? A builder? Sure. This doesn't do much in this board because of the true face sensor, so... Yep. Alright. Well, you'd rather play that with a bunch of creatures onto the battlefield. And since I can equip the sensor, I think I'm fine just playing the fox, equipping that here, and attacking. Sounds pretty solid to me. I guess I lose the ability to attack with a 5/4 Vigilance next turn, but... yeah. I guess it is what it is, not too much I can do about that. I haven't been super impressed with this card. Like, even if you can put lands into a graveyard, most of the time you don't want to take them back into your hand because they give you Delirium, so I'm not sure how good this is. Scavenger at least is not doing much here. Westfall Abbey could be a... Well, I should not have shown that to my opponent before attacking. But I think they are blocking the fox no matter what, so... It will probably not change much. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just swinging in with the squad here. And if my opponent is willing to trade Builder for Fox and Rats for that, it's fine with me. They are left with a Scavenger against a 5/4 human, so it's probably decent-ish for me. Again, I think winning this game is gonna be well. If they have Tireless Tracker, it's gonna be impossible actually. Yeah, that card is nearly unbeatable, and when you are already behind in terms of card advantage, I don't think it becomes easier to beat. I guess I have a shot with the Westfall Abbey to some extent, but pretty slim chances to win. So I guess my opponent could block and sacrifice a clue. That could be something. I think I might as well play my land. Yep. Yeah, my opponent deck is just so much better than mine. Yeah, I don't really know how I can win. Like, it's a game one I should have lost. Throttle, whatever is the right way to pronounce that. I think I want to save my captain here. Yeah, that thing is just unstoppable. That's completely dumb. I would happily play that in. I'm quite eager to try out that card in Constructed. I think it's awesome. All right, what should I do? I think probably just play the captain, even though I have nothing onto the board, and equip it with the sensor. I mean, doesn't sound amazing, but I don't have much more to do. And I guess I will just trade it with the tracker next turn if my opponent offers the trade. I just don't see how I can win against that on the longer run, so yeah, I guess I would accept the trade here. Should I? Maybe not. I don't really know. If they play a 6/6 pig, then I just look like a fool, because this is not attacking anymore and they can get more value out of the tracker. The only trick we saw is grotesque mutation, and even if they sacrifice a clue and play the mutation, the tracker still dies. Good lord. I think I'm gonna block, but it really depends on what they have in hand, and I have no clue about that. But getting rid of that card, I think, is pretty important if I want to have a chance. And since they do have the pig, I'm glad that I blocked. At least this doesn't have trample yet, so I guess it's a good news to some extent. I still have no idea how I could come back in this game. Like, I should have kept my planes in hand, I guess. Yeah, I could be representing something, but either way, I think it's pretty much over there. Like, they have 5 cards in hand as well as a much better board than me, so, and I have no cards in hand, so that's quite crazy. I'm getting destroyed, literally destroyed. And another bomb rare. Sure. Well. At least this is pretty clear. Alright, sure. So I cannot even block. I guess I'm chumping the pig with a token. Pretty much have to, actually. Otherwise I straight up die. Yeah. Yeah. This game was already so over, and now the Tormentor is gonna make it even worse. What did they discard? A forest, alright. Should I just concede already? I'm not dead yet, in theory. I guess I can discard something and make the pig trample. I'm actually very dead, but might as well play that till the end. Alright, they just blocked, which I guess makes sense to some extent. And well, this way they know that they can go for the kill if they do have it, which I think they will have it. They don't need match to kill me. I'm actually... No, I'm not dead on the board, but... and I needed to play that, because if I take... I need to pay 1 life for the Abbey, so... I need 2 blockers to be able to take the 4 from Tormentor, but... My opponent just doesn't need match to kill me here. And by not match, I mean nothing, basically. Alright, so I guess I'll... Ooh, and they do have Delirium. Alright, it's over. So they discarded Weaker Witch. Alright, makes sense. Alright, sweet. So that's gonna be the end of the draft. I don't really know how I could have beaten my opponent's deck. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe, sorry. And I see you guys for another draft. Thank you for watching.